Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Shoreview. Good morning, Shoreline, Washington. Good morning, Houston, Minnesota. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Henry's House of Hamsters, Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
Pocket size, full size, all the sizes.
That's right, all the sizes. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine as frog hair.
Oh, that's just so fine.
I'm jingling all the way.
Nobody
I'm decking the
likes-
halls. I'm making the Yuletide really gay. It's fantastic.
I love it. Nobody likes a half-done jingler. You know what I mean?
Seriously, no one likes that. So yesterday on the show, do you guys remember we were left off of the Fox 9 Christmas card?
Well, we were not.
We were left off. Well, I was. You were not.
Yeah.
I was left off of the Fox 9 Christmas card, and we got off the air, and then we found out that in fact we were not left off of the Fox 9 Christmas card. We're actually getting our own Christmas card. So let's take a look. There it is, Kendall. That you're in this.
Aww.
Look at us, Kendall. Look at us.
So cute.
We look like we get along. Isn't that sweet? That's
Isn't that
fantastic.
nice?
Yeah, anyway. Here's the deal. We're having a Christmas card exchange with you this holiday season. So this is how it works. Send us a card, and we'll return the favor with the Jason Show card that we will sign. Okay, so here's the address for Fox 9. Put in, just sign Jason Holiday card. It's 11358 Viking Drive, Eden Prairie, 55344. And we'll feature your card on our little broadcast here. Please do this, because remember, let's go back now. So you had this, remember back in the spring, we had Fox 9 Town Ball?
Yes.
That's all our new president, Kim Jong-un, that's all we cared about. Fox 9 Town Ball, Fox 9 Town Ball. This is the new Fox 9 Town Ball. It's Christmas Cardapalooza. She wants this so bad. We've constructed a wall over here to put the Christmas cards on.
It's true.
We're bringing in a mule to deliver like a little Christmas burro to bring in the sacks of cards. We're pulling out all the stops.
All the things.
So what I'm telling you is I need you to help me make my boss happy. So please send us Christmas cards. And then we'll send you the delightful card back.
Now, do you feel better?
Do I feel better what? That we weren't forgotten?
You have a Christmas card?
Yeah, I mean, you never want to be the kid in gym class that's picked last.
No.
You know how it is? And I felt like that little kid. I felt like, oh, we weren't on a Christmas card.
Jason, your name is on the floor.
Yeah.
You didn't get picked last.
No, but I'm just saying. But I'm glad we have one. I can't wait to see your Christmas cards. Again, we have a wall ready for you. And Kim Jong-un's going to be standing by the door welcoming the postmaster every day. It's going to be fantastic.
With candy canes.
Yeah, with the little candy canes. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it. Ooh, by the way, I'm really excited about today's show. A little bit later, I'm going to give you a review of Being the Ricardos, the Lucille Ball movie. And Stephanie Hansen's here with a cookie recipe, a sugar cookie recipe. And the last time she was here, her cookie segment shut down our internet. So many people wanted it. And she's dressed up. You'll see.
She looks great.
Sure.
Really. I like it.
I do
like her
too.
pants.
And just like that, it's on HBO Max. The Sex and the City reboot is out right now. But please don't turn away from the show. You can watch it anytime. Before we give you some early reviews, just in case you missed it, here's a little bit of the trailer.
There are always going to be roads not taken.
So you can't have it all?
No, you can. It's just really hard.
You're not happy with who you are? Step out of that box and change.
And just like that, after all the years and all the changes, you're still you. Hello, lovers.
Hello, lovers. That's what I do in my closet with all of my coats, my little winter coats. Go watch this right now after the Jason Show. Watch the Jason Show live and then go watch this because you know what happened today, Kendall?
What?
I read a review. I read a headline of a review on the internet.
Yeah.
And it gave away something.
Why would they do that?
I don't know what. Can the headline writers stop doing this so you don't ruin TV shows for folks like? So what I'm telling you, friends, do not look at the internets.
Okay.
Until you watch it.
Thank you.
Here's
Good
what
tip.
some critics are saying. We put this together so you don't have to look at the internet. TV Line says, and just like that, decisively turns the page for better or worse. They went on to say it's not the original, but it's not bad. Okay. Well, okay. And can we say that too? These are 2 episodes. I hate when anyway. Entertainment Weekly called it an awkward city of the future, but it's better than the movies at least. Okay, that doesn't take a lot to be better than part 2. Let's just say that.
I liked that one.
I know you did. And the Wrap says Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda prove 3 is enough. Oh, because we're missing Samantha. Now I woke up early and I watched 2.5 minutes because I wanted. Well, no, I wanted to wait till tonight to watch it with the spouse, but I wanted to be able to say something. I liked what I saw.
Yeah.
And here's the only thing I'll say, because I don't want to be like those headline writers. I don't want to ruin it for you. They take care of business right away.
Oh, good.
Something is resolved right away. They don't waste any time.
Okay.
And then it's on with the races.
Is it the same? I mean, I know you could pick it up though in 2 minutes. Is it the same vibe, the same color, the same dynamic, the same all the things that you love about the movies in the original?
Great question, Employee of the Month from Henry's House of Hamsters. It is exactly the same.
Yes.
The tone, the first camera shot, you're like, okay, we're here, we're back. It's great question. Yes. But again, I've only seen 2.5 minutes. I'll watch both episodes tonight and I'll let you know.
Okay.
10 episodes, everybody, HBO Max. Next in the dish, come back to the television. Come back right now. Kim Jong-un, come back to the TV. People Magazine's latest cover features Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. Okay? And you're thinking to yourself, why is that a story? Kendall, why is that a story?
I don't know.
Okay, well, look at this. Take a look at it. Online, readers are asking, is that really Faith Hill? Because she looks very different. Now, I'm watching my words because I don't believe in criticizing a woman's appearance. That's so 1979. But you don't need triple, quadruple bifocals to look at that and say to yourself, she looks different. And by the way, I'm loving the Victoria Principal 1983 perm going on there.
Yes.
I'm loving that. I want to, but look at the cover again.
Yep.
Your thoughts, Kendall?
Ironically, I walked by it in Target yesterday. I saw this cover and I also did a double take because I've never seen her with curly hair. I don't know if that might be her natural hair. Like it might actually
is,
be.
actually,
Okay, I
yes.
thought that's what I had read somewhere. I think the thing people are most surprised about when I was trying to also digest this is we never really see her anymore either. So when she comes out looking at all different, AKA just has curly hair, everyone's like, whoa.
Remember, she was one of the biggest in the late 90s during the late 90s, early 2000s boy band pop resurgence. Faith Hill, Shania Twain, they were on fire. Remember when she sang that song for Pearl Harbor? Which, by the way, that was the only good thing in that movie, was that song, There You'll Be.
We're not doing this right now.
Yeah, I know you like the movie, but it was horrible. But anyway, that song was the only.
So good.
There You'll Be.
And then her Soul to Soul concert with Tim.
And then she vanished. We don't see her anymore.
I know. I honestly think that's what the biggest thing is. What do you think?
I don't know. I think she looks. Let's be crystal Carrington clear. I would like to look like Faith Hill on her worst day.
Please.
The woman is stunningly beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I'm not into criticizing for the sake of jokes a woman's appearance, but she just looks different. Don't know. Let me know what you think. Next in the dish, this is Jeopardy. I did that pretty well, didn't I?
That was good. Yeah.
Kind of. If Kim Jong-un fires me, I'll try to be announcer.
Yeah.
Sony announced who will host Jeopardy for the first half of 2022. Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings will continue to serve as interim hosts. The pair has shared hosting duties this season. The two took over Mike Richards after Mike Richards was ousted as a host after about 5 episodes. Yeah. That was,
Who?
I know. This is, for now, Jeopardy!
Yeah.
If I'm Sony, who owns Jeopardy, I would leave these two in place. The ratings are stable.
Yep.
And it takes, that's like moving an oil tanker. What I mean by that is getting the audience to go with you. When you have a show that's been on that long, it's like morning television.
Right.
The morning shows, like your Today, your GMA, your CBS This Morning, or now I'm sorry, CBS Mornings. Those audiences, you do the same thing and you watch the same thing every day.
Yes.
Moving that audience, it takes a while. I think people will eventually get used to Mayim and start to really enjoy her. I enjoy her.
Yeah. It's like when you get a phone update. I just got a phone update for my new iPhone update thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't know. This is too much. But then you get used to it and you're like, oh, this is great.
Human beings don't like change.
No.
We as a creature, we don't like change.
Right. I'm like, what do you mean my notifications look different? I don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, but change is inevitable.
It's good.
It's inevitable. Anyway, we're going to take a break, go get some more Senka, some more Tang, some Sunny D, and we'll be back right after this. Don't touch that weird remote. Coming up next, Nicole Kidman steps into the very large shoes of Lucille Ball. Will you love her, Lucy? Well, I've seen Being the Ricardos, and I'll give you my review. Then it's cookie season, and Stephanie Hansen is back with the easiest and the most delicious sugar cookie recipe y'all ever did try. And what is in today's surprise goodbye? Well, you'll find out when we find out. That and more when we come back.
Let's do this.
Believe what a coward I am.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Because you came in hot. You came in
I
very
did.
confident.
I did, and I've lost.
Now the audience is acting, and now I don't know what to do.
Now you're really bad.
Now the audience is they're acting it up.
But why is the box so big?
Why is the box so big? All right.
Are you kidding?
It's warm in there. I think we're gonna call it a tie on this.
What is it?
I don't know. They want us to try to feel it. I don't know.
Hot water. Hot
Did I touch it?
water? Come on, guys.
I have no idea. I can't do it.
So it's just water.
It's
Hot
water.
Steam.
Oh my goodness gracious. Are you?
Oh my goodness. Nicole Kidman on Fallon for our late night rewind. They must know, I'm not an animal expert, they must know that a fire eel isn't, it doesn't have teeth or it's not dangerous.
You don't say. You're not an animal expert?
No, but I'm just saying, sassy pants, that, if we tried that, our luck, you and I would be eaten.
Or like electrocuted or something.
Or something like that. Anything for the show, though. Our hot dish continues now with our Insider to the Stars. Please welcome back to the show from the Hollywood Raw podcast. Oh, very nice background. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dax Holt. Hi, Dax.
Hello, good morning.
Dax, are those all your championship belts from your athletic career?
This is it. Well, I'm coming to you from the Trophy Smack office today. I had to come in early today.
Look at you, you mogul. You mogul, you. Okay, so not that business, but your other business, the podcast, you had Teddy Mellencamp from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, well, former.
Yes.
Give me some highlights.
She was great. Very open, very honest. I love when I have a guest, and I tell you this all the time, I love when we have guests that are they don't hold back, and they're just real, and she's one of those guests for us. Her dad obviously is John Cougar Mellencamp, and so, I wanted to know, what is it like growing up with a super famous father? And she goes, you know what, it's funny, because I didn't know that I had a famous dad until I was living in LA. I guess she came out to work at one of the agencies after college, and that's kind of when she started to get a glimpse of, oh, people really think he's a big deal because he hasn't been a big deal to me growing up. And I guess someone at one of the like talent agencies said they couldn't get a reservation. So they said, hey, Teddy, do you mind calling and trying to get a reservation for me? And she's like, what do you mean? She goes, just drop your last name. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I guess that was kind of the first realization that her last name could open doors for her.
And has. Did she talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Because if people don't know, if they don't watch the show, Teddy is no longer there. She left last season. Did she talk about the show?
She talked all about the show and didn't seem so happy that she wasn't on the show. However, she's saying that her dad is very happy that she's not on the show anymore. I guess because she kind of got into a bad place mentally. They kept showing her fighting and her arguments, but they weren't showing like the real side of her life and all the other fun that she has. It was like they only focused on the bad times. So her dad was like, you're in a really negative place. I don't want you to do this anymore. But I did ask her, would you do it again? And it seems like she's open to it.
Well, and she's still friends, isn't she? She's still friends with Kyle. I still see her out with them. She's
friends with all of them still. Like, legit all of them. She's talking to them. And she's also got a new podcast that she's doing. But, one thing that I want to tell you is go listen to the story. She had a phenomenal story about when she was younger and the first time she met Madonna and Sean Penn and how it was a really awkward moment.
Oh, I can't wait for that. You know what I like about her, too, and I don't know if you touched on this. She's been very open about her struggle with weight, and especially in L.A. and being a famous person. Did she talk at all about body image?
So she actually said that's the reason she is no longer an actress. She came out here to be an actress, and she said that she landed a role, and then she went through some depression, gained about 75 pounds, went back to start filming, and they said, nope, you can't have the role unless you drop the weight. And she said, at that moment, I knew I don't want to be I don't want to be an actress in Hollywood. I can't handle that kind of pressure. It's ridiculous, and that's when she bowed out of acting.
I love it. Her seasons were good because she was a kind of a cause of some of the drama. So I do miss her. Dax, how much does that big belt behind you go? The black one. What can I get that
this one?
Yeah.
Oh wait, here we go.
That one. Look at
$199.
That's one. Oh yes. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that for executive producer Jeff. He can wear it around the office.
Listen, you could put Jeff's face on it. You
Shut
can do anything
up!
you want.
Really?
Oh,
yes, of course. Go to Trophy Smack. Come on, man. You got to look at my products here.
Oh.
You could have your face on it. You could have Kendall's face. You could do anyone's face on here.
I'm not kidding, Dax. Photographer Eric is already ordering it, and we're going to get Jeff's face right there. It's going to be fantastic.
I love it.
My friend, have a good week. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can find the Hollywood Raw podcast wherever you get your podcast, and that'll be a good interview. That's cool. I'm so proud of him. I'm really proud of Dax. That business, some folks, you're doing custom trophies, and then he made something huge out of it, and then he went on freaking Shark Tank.
Right?
I love that. I'm so proud of him.
We're doing tonight, I meet up with some of my fantasy football gals, and it was funny because when we started 5 years ago, there wasn't anything like that you could order, so we had to make something. But so it's cool that he has,
May I go to one of your fantasy football gal dinners?
Yeah, we're watching the Vikings game tonight at a bar.
Okay.
Hey.
I can't wait. I'll be there. I won't be there. No, I don't. No.
You're not coming.
I'm not coming. I have.
He's got to watch Sex in the City.
I have something else to do. I'll check my calendar. Next in the dish. I woke up this morning. I'm always excited to come to work, but I woke up this morning. I was like, I can't wait to get into the show because I couldn't wait to share this with you. Being the Ricardos drops tomorrow on Amazon Prime, and I got a little preview of it. Before I give you my thoughts, here's a little bit of the trailer.
This is places for scene A.
Scene A.
Action.
Lucy, I'm home.
Why is this coming out now?
Lucille Ball's a threat to the American way of life?
Does the FBI have any case against Lucy?
I need you to help me save my marriage.
How many times I gotta explain where I was and what I was doing?
You gotta explain.
You being funny right now?
I'm Lucille Ball. When I'm being funny, you'll know.
This is getting out of hand.
Madness.
Have you been cheating on me?
The story's made up.
If they boo me,
If they boo you, we're done.
I got lost for a second.
I'll cut right to the chase. I loved this. I loved it. And all the naysayers, all the critics of Nicole Kidman, remember, we covered it here, they were criticizing the casting before one frame of film had ever been shot. And they doubted her to their detriment because she is fantastic as both Lucille Ball and she shines as Lucy Ricardo, because that's the thing. This movie, directed and written by Aaron Sorkin, so it has that pacing if you love The West Wing. Kendall, this takes place over a week of shooting an episode of I Love Lucy, a real episode, by the way.
Oh, cool.
That actually, it's the same plot in the first season. It takes place over of a week of shooting an episode, and 3 huge things happen. 1, Lucy is accused of being a communist, and it hits the papers. Number 2, Lucy finds out after an article is written that Desi Arnaz, her husband, is likely cheating on her. And number 3, she discovers that she's pregnant. The latter is a big deal because this is 1950s television, and CBS and the sponsor, you couldn't even say the word pregnant because then, God forbid, it would lead you to think about how women get pregnant, and television just wouldn't allow this. These 3 scandals were all happening. Now, all 3 really did happen, but they took creative license to put all 3 events in the same week. They didn't happen at the same week in real life.
Got it.
This is extraordinary because, and I saw this through the lens of Colin, who is younger than I am, and I loved watching him love Lucy more, Lucille Ball, because he looked at me and he goes, I had no idea that Lucille Ball was a tough broad, was like, no pun intended, ballsy as all get out. I mean, she was tough as nails. And I loved it because you were reminded of what a creative and comedic genius she was. You only see a few minutes of black and white footage of I Love Lucy, and the mechanism that the director uses to bring you there is it's Lucille working out a scene going, okay, this could be funnier if Ethel and Fred sit here, and then the camera zooms into her eyes, and then you go to the black and white footage. So that's how you see, like the grape scene. You see that because Lucy, no one wants to do that episode, or I'm sorry, Desi doesn't. And Lucy's leaning against the wall like this, and she goes, I see it. I see where the funny is. Lucy's gonna lose her earring in the pit. Thus the comedy starts. And Nicole Kidman at the end, on Friday, the taping day, I cried. It's real emotional because all 3 plot lines kind of come to a head on that taping night. And that last sequence of Nicole dressed in Lucy Ricardo, as Lucy Ricardo for the taping of the show, it's extraordinary. The critics that say that she looks rubbery-faced or she doesn't look like Lucy, poo on you. It was emotional. It was really, 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 really good. Could it be 15 minutes shorter? Absolutely. Everything could be 15 minutes shorter. This show could be 15 minutes shorter. But that's a small criticism. And you also learn that Lucy and Desi were fiery lovers. You know, you only see them as goofy Lucy and Ricky. They loved each other through all of their faults, through all of Desi's infidelity. And that's the heartbreaking thing about it. Lucy loved him so much. Loved him like almost animalistic, like in an animal way. And I mean that. And that's why what happens is so heartbreaking. It's so good, so beautifully done, but fast-paced. Because all of these things are happening. So if you don't like one plot line, there's another one for you to appreciate. So I love this Lucy. Being the Ricardos is going to be available in theaters, and a little bit later this month, you'll be able to watch it on Amazon Prime. So if you're a fan of I Love Lucy, give this a try, and then go back and watch the episode that they're taping, which is a real episode. It's about Ethel and Fred fighting and a reconciliation. It's in the end of season 1 of I Love Lucy. We're going to take a break, friends. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Mrs. Claus.
Hello, it's Stephanie.
Okay, wait,
Stephanie
okay.
Claus.
Okay,
Oh wait,
again,
I did it again. I ruined the intro. I always do. I'm so sorry. Okay, wait. I'm over here being quiet.
When it comes to Christmas cookies, there's one segment we did a few years back that people are still talking about. Back to talk about her world-famous sugar cookies. Please welcome back to the show the sugar cookie queen herself, Stephanie Hansen.
Sorry. Hi.
I love you.
Hi, Chase.
Hi, sweetheart. You broke the internet. You broke our website the last time that you were on doing this. So let me just start with the bottom line question. What makes these so good and different?
Okay, so these cookies, which are rolled out sugar cookies, which are right here, I'm going to show you how different it is.
Okay.
What makes it different is they're very easy to roll out and come together.
Okay.
So there's the recipe on our website, but so you put all the ingredients together and you just kind of knead them, and you can do this with kids, you can do this with grandmas, you can do it with drunk ladies drinking wine, you know, whatever works for you. And the idea is the dough doesn't need to be chilled, it doesn't need to be rested. It literally just can be rolled so easily and make beautiful cookies.
Because you know, like pie dough is one thing, biscuit dough is one thing. Is that dough looks easily workable? Am I right on that?
Yes, and it's just butter, flour, baking powder, sugar, an egg, and almond extract and vanilla extract. And the almond extract really gives the cookies a delicious flavor.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I don't know if you've ever worked with rolled out dough, it's a pain. You gotta chill it. You gotta like roll it, and it's hard because there's all the chunks of butter. Like this has all the same ingredients, but it just rolls out beautifully. So if you're doing it with little kids, you know, you can get really nice cookies. You can get them thin, you can get them a little thicker, it doesn't matter. They don't spread out a lot, which is a problem for a lot of people.
Okay, what's happening here?
I'm just rolling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I just wanted to show, it's a weird thing, but I guarantee you, if you make roll-out cookies and you try this dough, that you will have a better experience than you normally do.
Okay.
And that the cookies will be delicious. Like, they come out, they're just super delicious butter cookies.
So these are the cookies finished and decorated right here.
Yep.
Now, I'm noticing, am I wrong on this? This one looks a little familiar.
Okay, so I made one that looks like you, and I made one that looks like Kendall.
Where's Kendall?
Kendall's right here, the little proper lady in the dress. She looks gorgeous. Oh, you just ate her head. Headless Kendall. Yeah, that's shocking. Okay. I made you kind of look like you have a ski mask on, which are your glasses, but this year I added the the chocolate jimmies for your beard. Mm-hmm. So that is that.
Here's Kendall, I ate her.
Oh yeah, she's gonna eat Jason. Oh, not just one of the Jasons, she's gonna eat all the Jasons.
Nice. Well, this is what's left of Kendall. She has one arm now.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if you're someone we had a question, we're gonna do a little question and answer session later, but someone was like, I'm not good at cookies, what can I do? This is a kit, it's called Baking It Real Kit. It's made by 2 local women, and everything you need to make these delicious cookies is in this box.
I was wondering what that box is for.
Yeah, so again, if you've got like kids or you have like a Girl Scout troop, you can make 8 dozen cookies. All you need is like an egg, I think some oil and some of those ingredients, but it's all like portioned and ready to go.
You know what's great about that?
I kind of like that.
I do, because that's great for, like you said, if you have a girls' night, you get a little bit of vino, a little bit of
and someone brings the cookie box.
Yeah, you get a little vodka soda.
If you're Lori, our friend from the radio show who never makes cookies for the cookie exchange, she always buys them.
Yeah.
And we give her a lot of grief for the purchasing of the cookies when we're all slaving to make them.
Well, okay,
but Lori could do the box.
But there's some personal responsibility. You keep inviting her. You know what I mean? If she doesn't follow the rules.
26 years later, it'd be hard to uninvite Lori B.
Cut her off.
You invite Lori B.
No, yeah, I invite her. I love her.
I'm afraid of her.
Well, aren't we all?
Yes.
I've been afraid of her since 2001.
The funniest thing is her husband loves my cookies. Like, he's always like, what is Stephanie making this year? He loves them. So I'm a good cookie maker, but my mom used to make roll-out cookies, and her recipe had like sour cream, and it was super complicated, and she would be rolling these things out for 3 weekends, and by the time we actually decorated the cookies, she hated us. She was totally crabby, and she'd smoked 3 packs of cigarettes. I mean, for real. So I'm like just gonna make it easier.
Can we get a close-up? This is what I love. Look at yourself. Go to camera 7, Leo. Look at the little flyaways right here. This is the funny. This hair.
I look like crazy
look at
Santa.
This.
Just a little crazy pants.
The hat is forcing these little hair wings
you
right
guys,
here.
Get a look at this hair, because behind the scenes, I got a haircut, and it's terrible, and I'm getting another haircut on Saturday. So thanks for pointing it out. And just look, because you're not going to see this, because now I just have to cut it all off, because it's terrible. It's totally true. I just literally was responding to the hairstylist as I was walking to the table.
Really?
Yes.
You don't like it? I think you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. But no, this is not going to work.
Okay.
This is the last time you'll see it. Long hair. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Head to stephaniesdish.com. Later, Stephanie is going to answer your Christmas cookie questions. We'll be right back right after this. Oh, gosh.
How are you?
Welcome back, everybody. Love that necklace. Love that necklace. Welcome back. Look, this is one of those segments where I love because we're a goofy show by design, but we also like to give back, and that's what we're going to do right now. The Jason Show and Fox 9 are teaming up with Second Harvest Heartland to help end hunger this holiday season, and it's our Coins for a Cause campaign. Maybe you've seen the commercials. Joining us now is Barb Brotherton from Second Harvest Heartland. Hi, Barb. Welcome back.
Morning.
Can you tell the folks, especially here in the Twin Cities and in Wisconsin, people are familiar, but if they're watching us from our other cities, tell us the goal of Second Harvest Heartland.
Gosh, our goal is to end hunger.
Yeah.
Through partnerships.
Okay, end of segment. Thanks for coming, Barb. No.
So, we don't want folks to go hungry, especially during the holidays. Yeah. And it should be about joy and happiness instead of worrying about putting food on the table.
And I think people have this perception, Barb, and I think you know this better than most. I think people have a perception of folks that are hungry, but it really does cross every demographic description line. Am I right on that?
You are absolutely right. 63% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So it's your neighbors, it's the folks you work with who are facing hunger and are many for the very first time due to the pandemic.
Just think about that. I mean, you hear numbers all the time. 63%, Barb. So, I mean, chances are somebody that 1 degree is living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. So how does it work? I know this, but how does Second Harvest Heartland, give me the Reader's Digest, because you guys have quite the operation. How do you get the food into the hands of people that need it?
We are a food bank, and we provide food to about 1,000 agency partners across 59 counties in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And they are our distribution channel. They do great work in the communities and get food out to those who need it.
Your systems, I've been to your facility. Your system is amazing. I mean, the system that you guys have in place to get the food to where it needs to be is outstanding. It's just outstanding. You have a special event coming up on Friday at Affinity Plus, which here's the logo right here. We should thank them as well. They're a great partner of ours. Tell the folks about that, Barb.
So we know you have extra change.
Yes.
So swing by Affinity Plus locations and drop off coins for a cause. You can do that anytime, today or tomorrow, but especially tomorrow between 11 to 4, because folks will get, the first 50 folks to every location get a goodie bag, sponsored in part by Fox 9 as well as Affinity Plus.
And we all love a goodie bag, don't we, Barb? Mm-hmm. We really do. And I love the change thing, casinos have started that, where, when you go, I don't know if you go to the casino, Barb, but when you go and you go to the little dispenser machine and you get that 14 cents that you're never going to use, they say, would you like to donate that back? Because you're right, everybody has spare change. And if everyone donated that change, it actually adds up.
It sure does, and $1 can provide 3 meals for families.
Really?
So it makes a huge difference. So that change in your pocket, get rid of it. Give it to us. $1 can provide 3 meals.
Because I always try to think of what y'all are saying at home, and I know people are thinking, I'm living, here's the line, not line, but here's what folks are thinking. I'm living to paycheck to paycheck, Jace. I only have $2 to spare. It's not worth giving because that's not going to do anything. It does do something.
It makes a huge difference. Everything helps. And if you can't give, come and volunteer with us.
Yeah.
And pack food. That's a huge help too.
Can I donate? We have a whole bunch of Kindle cookies from Stephanie Hansen without heads. Will you accept those for donations?
You bet.
Perfect. Give it up for Barb, everybody. For more information on Coins for a Cause, go to affinityplus.org/coins. And please do what you can. And my thanks in advance. Barb, thank you. We're going to take a break. Stephanie Hansen is back answering your cookie questions and more right after this. Back in a moment. Thank you, Barb. Thank you. I so appreciate it. Welcome back. I love when I don't get time cues. You hear half words coming out of my mouth. Hey, welcome back to the show. As promised, Stephanie Hansen returns. You're so pretty.
Thanks.
I love you. This time she's answering your Christmas cookie questions posted on the Jason Show Facebook page. You ready there, Sassy?
Yeah.
First up, this is Dawn. Let's see what Dawn has to say. Hey, Stephanie, any awesome ways to stop cutout cookies from spreading? Feel like I've tried most so-called tricks.
Well, Dawn, I am an expert at keeping things from spreading. And here's how you do it. You chill the dough after you cut the cookies out.
Okay.
So you have your pan and you just stick them in the refrigerator or the freezer for 10 minutes. That's one way, and that really does work because when they hit the oven hot, they can't spread out as much. But the other way is to half the amount of baking powder or like 3/4 the amount of baking powder because baking powder also increases spread.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Particularly for rollout cookies, you don't need as much baking powder because you don't really want them to get super puffy.
No. Next is Christine. Let's put this one up, Leo. Any quick and easy cookies?
Yes, Christine. I one year was ill and had to do cookie exchange and I was like dragging. So I made a chocolate cookie crinkle and it is really easy. It tastes like a brownie. You mix up the dough, you leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and then you just roll it into balls and roll it into powdered sugar, and then you bake them, and they're dark chocolate, and they look all crinkly like there's snow on there.
Oh.
They're very pretty, and they're easy, and they're good to make with kids. And everybody likes a chocolate cookie at Christmas time, too.
We should have Lori Barghini make those. That's
yeah,
easy.
we should.
Next,
Except she'd have to cook them.
That's right. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I've been looking for a date cookie recipe. You cook in the oven until gooey, and you remove and roll in sugar. Help me figure it out, Stephanie. Okay, I don't understand what Michelle's asking.
Okay, so the medjool date is a date,
okay,
a piece of fruit that you can buy. And in the day, our grandmas and our moms used to make these date cookies, and they were called date balls. And they are a cookie that you chop up the dates, and then you cook them in the oven, and the date kind of melts a little bit.
Okay.
And then you roll that cookie in powdered sugar. And I'm pretty sure that's what she's talking about, because the only other really popular date cookie is like a turnover cookie that has all the date inside, and it didn't look as good.
Is there a cookie, a Christmas cookie, holiday cookie that you just do not like?
Yes, krumkaka. And I am like a Swedish. You make them. They taste like rosettes.
Yeah.
And they taste like a fried dough, like that you'd get at a state fair.
Yeah.
Gross. I don't want fried dough in a cookie. And I don't like the powdered sugar mess either. So I like the taste of Russian tea cakes, but I don't want all that powdery. That's why I like the chocolate crinkle, because the powder stays on the cookie.
And not in your mouth.
And just like it's not on your hands, and when you're making your pretty tray, it's like you got powdered sugar all over.
It's on your face. It looks like you just walked out of Studio 54.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I get it on your nose or hands.
And there's a whole other problem.
Yeah, and I still have blue frosting on my hands from the cookies.
That's beautiful. Linda is rounding us out here.
Hi, Linda.
What is your favorite cookie to actually make, Stephanie?
Well, I really have a soft spot in my heart. My mom's dead, so I tease her, but I swear to God, she's in heaven. When I say she smoked 3 packs of cigarettes and was crabby about those rollout cookies, she's dying laughing because she was. My mom was like an inadvertent Lucille Ball, which perhaps that's maybe where I get it from, but. So I have real fond memories of those cookies, but also the Girl Scout Frosted Flake green wreaths. I made them at Girl Scouts for the first time, and they taste like a Rice Krispie bar. They're delicious, but they're with Frosted Flakes.
I've never had them.
Oh my gosh, I might have to make those for you. They're super simple. They're just, instead of Rice Krispies, you use Corn Flakes. You put green food coloring in there, 3 Red Hots, so it looks like a wreath. But it tastes super good. It's nostalgic. It reminds me of making them at Girl Scouts in my little Girl Scout vest.
Well, come over after the haircut, and we'll celebrate.
Only if it looks good.
Yeah.
Only if it looks good, because I got some time.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to bring the party down, but I would be remiss and I would feel very bad if I went through the week without acknowledging a mutual friend of ours, the passing of Chef Jack Riebel. Especially for folks that don't, here's Jack now at the Lexington. For folks that don't know, Steph, maybe listening, watching us in Seattle, why did Jack have such an impact?
He was such he'd been in the hospitality industry in our town since he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
He was a huge personality. He was kind of a ball buster. He was a sort of rugged guy.
Yeah.
But he was also like super sugary and sweet inside. And when you got him out of the kitchen, he was just fun. He was interesting. He was very engaged in our local community. He grew up right 4 doors down from the restaurant he ended up at. And he was not pretentious at all. He was the most down-to-earth person. And, you know, you can meet a lot of people in the food business, and at the end of the day, it's just food is what he would tell you. And it's more about how you make people feel than what you make them.
Yeah. I was lucky enough, you saw that video there, Jack was nice enough to help us on the show many times. And one of the times that he didn't take himself seriously was that shot right there. We had a crazy idea to give these fancy chefs a weird item that they had to cook with, and we chose Top the Tater. And you know, some chefs kind of rolled their eyes at the request. Jack thought it was so fun and graciously invited us into the Lexington. And you know this, we used to host a dinner at our house where we would have a chef that we know, because you know, I'm not being fancy. We know a lot of people in the food business here, so they're our friends, and we would invite a chef that would make food, and then the next year that chef would be the guest of honor. And Jack was a guest in my home for 2 of those events, and he was one of a kind.
He really
one of
is.
A kind.
And if you're wondering what Top the Tater is, friends in Seattle, and why Jack loved it so much, it's a Midwest thing, but you can buy it online. It's fantastic. It's like a chive-filled sour cream.
Oh, it's...
And you give that to any chef in town, and you know, they would be like, Jack was he was so great. He was just one of a kind. That's all I can tell you. Super inspiring guy.
We send love to Catherine as well, as his wife. I'm thinking about her. We're going to miss you, Jack. There'll be not another one like you. We're going to take a break. Check out Stephanie's 12 Days of Christmas. Head to stephaniesdish.com. Back after this. Back in a moment, everyone. Welcome back. Kendall joins me again. It's time for the world's shortest segment. A surprise at the drive-thru for some people in South Carolina. Chevy Chase took over the drive-thru at Raising Cane's in Charleston yesterday. He got behind the counter after getting some chicken strips for himself. Chase was in town for a special screening of his classic National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We'll be back with the surprise ending. What is it? I don't know. You'll find out when we find out next. Love that movie. Welcome back. You ready, Kendall?
I think so.
I'm ready. I'm excited. I love this segment. It's time for the surprise goodbye. We're finding out what this story is at the same time you are. Today, a guy who survived an attack from some angry otters. And it happened in Singapore. The guy was on a walk at a botanical garden.
Are you kidding me?
When he came across a group of 20 otters, after knocking him to the ground, the otters attacked and bit him more than 26 times in just 10 seconds. Luckily, he was walking with a friend who started screaming and waving his arms, scaring the otters away. The guy is being treated for his wounds, but he will be okay. Tomorrow on The Jason Show, TikTok star, that Midwestern mom is back. Amber returns to the studio to make another Minnesota salad, this one perfect for Christmas. That's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself, because no one can tell you you're doing it wrong. Come on, Kendall, let's go fight with some otters.